Content warning. This is a horror game, and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need a full list of content warnings. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. My name is... Oh, what should we call ourselves? How about Vinny? You live in the city of... I got friends who live in more. Let's go with that. My pronouns are she, her. Talk to animals? Definitely. Always talk to animals if you can talk to an animal. Do we want to be book smart or do we want to be street smart? Let's be book smart. I think that's a little closer to how I at least used to be. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and CD depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. I feel like it's a bit loud. Put it to half. How about that? Return. So anyway, I was saying... Oh no. He's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies, we were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. What? Wait, what? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real, and geez. You ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? What? Why are you telling me this? I have never felt that way about another person, and I find it alarming that you have. You're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to her son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff. So I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Yeah, you need a therapist. You need, it's a trade option. You should always take trade options just because they're fun, even if not the most correct thing to say. Have you thought maybe it would help if you talked with someone about these feelings? Someone professional? I'm not licensed or anything, but it seems like you might have a personality disorder. It might be worth looking into. Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Bus strangers are the best therapists. I feel a lot better after talking to you. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be heading to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, though, come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on... Oop. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you didn't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his bag before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. Ooh, boiled peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station, a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Eat the peanuts. You've been on a bus for hours on end and can't remember the last time you've eaten. You snatch the peanuts from the stranger's hand, tearing open the bag like a wild animal, not even removing the shells as you consume fistfuls of soggy, savory legume. I figured you'd enjoy them. Glad they went to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Yeah, that went about like every bus ride I've ever had in real life. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hi. Hey, Vinny. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Give her your condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great, thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Okay, so, well, I am a member of the Dead Moms Club, and it is exactly my type of humor. I don't think we're going to say that to Tabitha. I don't think she's the kind of person who's going to appreciate it, especially not right now. How are you holding up? Fine. You don't have to bottle your grief like that. I'm not bottling anything. I'm just more emotionally mature than you. Okay. So, the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yup, like I told you. Do you need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and someone to dig a hole. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Look, I don't know what my mom did to piss off this side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. Remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to cramped up apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Let's have a look around. Creepy. Doki! Doki! I guess we're a dog kind of family. That's weird. That doesn't really jive with what I would expect from architecture. That does. That's normal. She definitely doesn't take care of this place. Tabitha, you've got to quit just appearing. Like, warn a bitch. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Booksmart. The architecture here is breathtaking. Chateau-esque style reminiscent of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. Put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixins for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than peanut butter and jelly this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. It's nice. It's a kitchen. Alright, what's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Approach the cat. Don't try to pet Frou-Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ne me parlez pas. Ah, vous parlez français? Français? Listen, I don't speak French. I'm currently learning Portuguese. I don't speak French. Why do I ever bother talking to cats? Your French is terrible, disgusting. How dare you defile my tongue with your clumsy American tongue? Ha ha, very funny. Her name sounds French. Stop wasting my time and let's finish the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. Wow. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit attached in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Are we gonna be able to, like, just clean while we're here, at least this bathroom? Are you... Are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. And do your business so we can move on. Okay. You sigh in resignation. Okay. That's the spirit. This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You can practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. It'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine, but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. Janie isn't the only person capable of cleaning things. Tabitha scoffs from outside of the room. Hurry up and do your business so we can move on with our lives. Lift the toilet seat. We gotta go, man. Scram, fellas, the jig is up! Oh my god, we can talk to Bugs. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about our kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Seems a little... You spend a moment searching for the right word. Dusty. Wow, I'm sorry I'm not giving you the 5-star hotel treatment you so desperately seem to need. You can dust it yourself if you care so much. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Yeah, let's start with this one. Is there a library in the estate? I couldn't bring too many books with me, and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. And the library's in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. That's where your room is, isn't it? It's the West Wing. Did I do something wrong? Hey, did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to this funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I spat in your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said? Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Good for you. That sounds pretty impressive and exciting. Good for you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as boring or exciting in the same way I don't think of cleaning a toilet or painting a wall as either of those things. It's a task. One of those tasks could use more doing around here, if you ask me. Excuse me? Toilet scrubbing. I mean, have you seen the toilet in my bathroom? Have you seen what lives there? Any other requests before I head out? I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you and the sprawling, decrepit estate. PB&J sounds great right about now. The only thing you've had to eat in the past 8 hours were those boiled peanuts you got from the strange young man on the bus. Suffice it to say, you're still hungry, and a PB&J sounds like exactly what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut, butter, and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Let's talk to Frou-Frou first. I'm sorry, Frou-Frou. Frou-Frou hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Do you like living here? So, do you like living here? I despise small talk. What can you tell me about my cousin? This is the first time I've met her. Spare me your life story. Tabitha at least knows not to bother me. Alright, fine. Be rude. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. It's good to see that you've finally learned your place. Frou-Frou's eyes remain fixed on you with palpable disdain. Search the fridge. You approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. We're just gonna take jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly's one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Oh, poor Mousie. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Take peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. The only thing you need now are a plate and a knife. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen this brand before. Craft. Empty the box and stuff it with the dead mouse on the shelf. No! Put it back. Staying away from the mac and cheese was one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems to not like you. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. You close the pantry door as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Search the cabinets. The cabinet must be where Tabitha... this cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Examine the mug. It reads, "I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home." It reads, "I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlan, so it wasn't for her 50th. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Perlan wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties." grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. You close the cabinet and look to the rest of the kitchen. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. Good job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's check out the garden. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? You wander further into the garden. Quiet out here. There's what appears to be a family graveyard. Wonder if that's where we're burying our aunt. You head back inside and close the door behind you. You're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Settle into your room. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Check out the closet. Oh my god, there's your creepy doll. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. And now we're cursed. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. But we will have to come back for it later, won't we? Close the closet behind you. Look at that painting. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you've barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. But once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Okay, let's put our clothes away. Oh! Hello, little guy. Aren't you sweet? You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Afraid! Look at my drawers. Friend, I know hurt. Afraid! What's your name, little guy? I'm Vinny. Dustin. What are you doing in my drawers? Warm. Dark. Can you tell me about the human who lives here? Which human? Pearl Ann died. Only one human lives here. Dustin not good with names. 2 human live here. Okay, Dustin. Can you tell me about the 2 humans who lived here? One human sad. One human scary. Sad human. Cries. Gives Dustin bad sleeps. Can you tell me about the scary human? Always watches. Eyes hateful. Never mind. Thanks for the help, Dustin. Okay. You poor thing. You look cold in there. You gently lay your clothes on top of the creature, arranging them in a little nest. Dustin closes his mouth somewhat more at ease than before and looks up at you with shiny black eyes. Human is kind to Dustin. Dustin will remember this. You close the drawer, satisfied with yourself for a job well done. Let's take a nap. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. I see a broom. Can we use the broom? This is supposed to be a horror game. The most horrific thing is the neglect of this house. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. That's enough. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. I feel like that's going to get me caught. If I had picked Streetwise, I would do that. But I picked Booksmart, so we're not doing that right now. We're gonna head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. Excuse me. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. I think with that, we're going to end here for today. I'm thinking these will be shorter episodes, but more frequently uploaded to celebrate the new year. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you haven't already and you like what you've seen, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I will see you all next time to continue our journey through the tale of Scarlet Hollow.